student, today we are going to discuss some of the numericals of capacitor. Okay, the first numerical is a parallel plate capacitor has a plate area 25 centimeter square and a separation of 2 millimeter between the plates. We have a parallel plate capacitor having plate area 25 centimeter square and separation between the two plates is 2 millimeter. We have to calculate what is the capacity of parallel plate capacitor. This is the first part of the numerical. In the second part, it is written that if the capacitor is connected to a battery of 12 volt, find the charge on each plate of the capacitor. If the capacitor is connected to a battery of 12 volt, find the charge on each plate of the capacitor. Number 3 part, calculate the energy stored in the capacitor. So what is the plate area? 25 centimeter square, we convert it to meter square. 1 centimeter square is equal to 10 to the power minus 4 meter square. Okay, we will do this calculation. Then what is the separation between the plate? 2 millimeter. 1 millimeter is 10 to the power minus 3 meter. So what is capacity of parallel plate capacitor? C is equal to epsilon 0 A by D. Yes or no? C is equal to epsilon 0 A by D. So what is epsilon 0? 8.854 10 to the power minus 12. Area. This is the area 1 by 4 into 10 to the power minus 2. And separation is 2 into 10 to the power minus 3. What we get? We get 11.07 into 10 to the power minus 12 farad. We get the capacity is equal to 11.07. 10 to the power minus 12 farad is equal to 1 picofarad. So this is the capacity. So capacity of the capacitor is found to be 11.07 picofarad. Okay. Now what is the second question? Charge on each plate of the capacitor. What is Q? Q is equal to CV. What is capacity of the parallel plate capacitor? 11 into 10 to the power minus 7 into 10 to the power minus 12. 11.07 into 10 to the power minus 12. And what is the potential? Potential is 12 volt. If we multiply it, we will getting this. So you just see, this is 10 to the power minus 12. So if a decimal will go 2 place forward, it will be 10 to the power minus 10 coulomb. So 1.328 into 10 to the power minus 10 coulomb. Is it okay? Now what is the third part of the numerical? In the third part of the numerical, they ask to calculate what is the energy stored in the capacitor. What is the energy stored? Half CV square. So what is C? 11.07 into 10 to the power minus 12. V square means 12 square. 12 square is 144. If we do the calculation, energy stored is 7.92 into 10 to the power minus 10 joule. Okay? 10 to the power minus 10 joule. So this is the energy stored in the capacitor. Our next numerical is NCERT textbook question number 2.10. Question number 2.10 of the page number 88. Have you seen it? Of the page number 88. Our next numerical is the numerical number 2.10 of NCERT textbook, page number 88. So what the numerical say? A 12 picofarad capacitor is connected to a 50 volt battery. How much electrostatic energy stored in the capacitor? A 12 picofarad capacitor is connected to a 50 volt battery. How much electrostatic energy stored in the capacitor? Have you got it? Okay. So what is energy stored? Half CV square. What is the capacity of the parallel plate capacitor? 12 picofarad. So 12 into 10 to the power minus 12 1 picofarad is 10 to the power minus 12, half C is 12 into 10 to the power minus 12, V means 50 square. If we do the calculation, it found to be 1.5 into 10 to the power minus 8 joule. Okay? Then our next numerical number 3 is also from NCERT textbook. This is also from NCERT textbook. Question number 2.6. So this is the 2.6. Okay, of NCERT textbook 2.6. Of NCERT textbook 2.6. This is 2.6. 3 capacitor, each of capacitance 9 picofarad are connected in series. 3 capacitors, each of 9 picofarad are connected in series. What is the total capacitance of the combination and what is the potential difference across each capacitor if the combination is connected to 120 volt supply? Okay, so what is the numerical? The 3 capacitors, each of 9 picofarad are connected in series. What is the total capacitance of the combination? Number 2, what is the potential difference across each capacitor if the combination is connected to a 250 volt supply? So these are the 9 picofarad capacitor. Okay, its equivalent is CS. Why it is CS? Because they are connected in series. Why they are connected in series? Because same charge will flow through each of them. Why the same charge? Because there is only one part. So therefore same charge. So what is 1 by CS? 1 by C1 plus 1 by C2 plus 1 by C3. So here 9, 9, 9. So 1 by CS is 1 by 9 plus 1 by 9 plus 1 by 9. So 1 by CS is 3 by 9. So CS is 3 picofarad. Okay? Now we have to calculate what is the potential difference across each capacitor if a battery of 120 volt is connected to it. So in order to calculate the potential difference across each capacitor, initially we have to find out what is the charge that flows through the circuit. What is the charge that flows through the circuit? We have to calculate the charge that flows through the circuit. Since they are connected in series, same charge will flow through each of them. So Q is equal to CSV. So in order to calculate the total charge that flows through the circuit, we have to calculate Q is equal to CSV. That means we have to take the equivalent capacitance of these particular 3 capacitors. So what is equivalent? 3 picofarad. So CS is 3 into 10 to the power minus 12. What is V? V is 120. So if I multiply, Q is 360 into 10 to the power minus 12 coulomb. In order to calculate the total charge to the combination, we have to consider the total capacitance of all the 3 capacitors in series. So Q is equal to CSV. So Q is calculated. Now, once we know the charge through each capacitor, we can calculate potential difference across them. What is V? V is Q by C. You just see one point. The capacitance of each capacitors are same, 999. Same charge will flow through each of them. Therefore, same potential difference will appear across all the 3 capacitors. Same potential difference. So, what is potential difference across each capacitor? V is Q by C. What is Q? What is Q? 360 into 10 to the power minus 12. What is capacitance? 9 picofarad, 9 into 10 to the power minus 12. These two get cancelled. 360 by 9 is equal to 40 volt. Since capacitance of all the 3 capacitors are equal and same charge will flow through each of them, so therefore equal potential difference will appear across each capacitor, which is 40 volt each. That means here 40, here 40, here 40. If I add 340, we are getting 120. This is 40, this is 40, this is 40. Potential difference across the 40 volt, here 40 volt, here 40 volt. So total is 120 volt. Okay, so this is the numerical number 2.6 of NCERT textbook. The next numerical is also from NCERT textbook, question number 2.7, and the page number is 87 of your book. Question number 2.7. So in this numerical, it is said that 3 capacitors of capacitance 2 picofarad, 3 picofarad, 4 picofarad are connected in parallel. 3 capacitors, 2 picofarad, 3 picofarad and 4 picofarad. 2 picofarad, 3 picofarad and 4 picofarad are connected in parallel. What is the total capacitance of the combination? We have to calculate it. And also we have to calculate the charge on each capacitor if the combination is connected to 100 volt supply. We have to calculate the charge that flows through each capacitor if a potential of 100 volt is applied across each of them. Now this is 2 picofarad, this is 3 picofarad, this is 4 picofarad. They are connected in parallel, so therefore it is Cp. What is Cp? C1 plus C2 plus C3. When capacitors are connected in series, what is the equivalent capacitance? Cp is equal to C1 plus C2 plus C3. Yes or no? C1 plus C2 plus C3. Therefore, Cp is 2 plus 3 plus 4 is equal to 9 picofarad. Okay? Now, since these 3 capacitors are connected in parallel, same potential will appear across each of them. Same potential will appear across each of them. So what is potential difference across 2 picofarad? It is 100 volt. What is across this 100 volt? What is across this 100 volt? So therefore, what is the charge to the first capacitor? What is the charge to the first capacitor? Q1 is equal to C1V. What is C1? 2 picofarad, 2 into 10 to the power minus 12. What is voltage? 100 volt. So Q1 is 2 into 10 to the power minus 10 coulomb. What is the charge on the second capacitor? C2 is equal to 3 picofarad. So Q2 is equal to C2V. C2 is 3 into 10 to the power minus 12 into 100. So charge stored on the second capacitor is 3 into 10 to the power minus 10 coulomb. Next, charge on the capacitor C3 is equal to 4 picofarad. So Q3 is equal to C3V. Okay? So C3 is 4 picofarad, 4 into 10 to the power minus 12 multiplied by 100 volt. So it is 4 into 10 to the power minus 10 coulomb. So since the capacitors are connected in parallel, across each capacitor same potential will appear, but different charges are flow through each of them. So what is the charge on first? 2 into 10 to the power minus 10 coulomb. What is the charge on the second? 3 into 10 to the power minus 10 coulomb. What is the charge on the third? 4 into 10 to the power minus 10 coulomb. Okay? So this is the NCERT textbook numerical question number 2.7 of your exercise. Our next numerical is again from NCERT textbook, exercise number 2.8. It is 2.8. So in this numerical, it is said that in a parallel plate capacitor with air in between the plates, each plate has an area of 6 into 10 to the power minus 3 meter square and distance between the plates 3 millimeter. Calculate the capacitance of the capacitor. If this capacitor is connected to 100 volt supply, what is the charge on each plate of the capacitor? In the numerical, it is said that in a parallel plate capacitor, you can see from here also, in a parallel plate capacitor with air between the plates, each plate has an area of 6 into 10 to the power minus 3 meter square and separation between the plate is equal to 3 millimeter. Calculate the capacitance of the capacitor. If this capacitor is connected to 100 volt supply, what is the charge on each plate of the capacitor? What is capacity of parallel plate capacitor? It is epsilon 0 capital A by D. Epsilon 0 capital A by D. What is the value of epsilon 0? 8.854 into 10 to the power minus 12. Area is 6 into 10 to the power minus 3. So what is the separation between them? 3 into 10 to the power minus 3. Yes or no? So capacity is equal to 17.7 into 10 to the power minus 12 farad. So this is the first part. What is the second part? Charge on each plate of the capacitor. So what is Q? Q is equal to CV. So it is 17.7 into 10 to the power minus 12 into, this is the capacity, into voltage is 100 volt. So we get 17.7 into 10 to the power minus 10 coulomb. Okay. There is another numerical. That is the numerical number 2.9. This numerical 2.9 and 2.8 are interrelated with each other. 2.8 and 2.9. Explain what would happen. Explain what would happen if in the capacitor given in the exercise 2.8, a 3 millimeter thick mica sheet of dielectric constant 6 were inserted between the plates. Explain what would happen if in the capacitor given to the exercise 2.8, a 3 millimeter thick mica sheet of dielectric constant 6 were inserted between the plates. Okay? When inserted, while the supply voltage remain connected, this is A. Number 2, after the supply voltage disconnected. That means in the previous numerical, we have a parallel plate capacitor with air in between the plates whose value is 17.7 into 10 to the power minus 12 farad. With this capacitor, we connected a battery of EMF 100 volt. Now, in the next numerical, it is said that when the capacitor is connected, when the capacitor is in connection with battery, what you are doing, a mica plate of dielectric constant 6 is inserted in between the plate of the capacitor. What the first numerical say, that when the capacitor of this capacitor is connected, or when this capacitor is in presence of this particular supply voltage, a mica plate is connected in between. A mica plate is inserted in between them. The first part of it is said that in presence of battery, you inserted a mica plate. From the previous discussion, we know that when a mica plate or a dielectric material is inserted in between the two plates of capacitor, capacitance of the capacitor increases. What is the expression? Epsilon 0 Ka by D. I call this symbol as C dash. In presence of dielectric, what is the capacity of parallel plate capacitor? Epsilon 0 Ka by D. So if I take K, separate one, we will get epsilon 0 A by D. This is the capacity of parallel plate capacitor with air in between the plates, as is obtained from the example 2.8. So I get a K C air. What is C air? 17.7 into 10 to the power minus 12. Dielectric constant is this. That means when the mica sheet is inserted or dielectric plate is inserted, what is the capacity? Capacity of the parallel plate capacitor increases to 106.2 into 10 to the power minus 12 farad. Now, in the first numerical, it is said that we inserted the mica plate in presence of battery. If we inserted the mica plate in presence of battery, then what happens? Voltage remains constant. Which is? Voltage remains constant. Voltage remains constant as the previous one, which is 100 volt. Yes or no? Which is 100 volt? Which is 100 volt? The voltage remains constant. Now, since the capacity increases, of the capacity of the capacitor increases, charges again flows through the capacitor, and the charge on the capacitor increases to Q dash is equal to C dash V. In presence of battery, when capacity increases, the capacitor will absorb more charges. So therefore, in presence of supply voltage, charge on the capacitor increases to Q dash is equal to C dash V. What is C dash? K into C air. So C air into V is equal to Q. So Q dash is equal to KQ. What is K? K is 6. What is Q? 17.7 into 10 to the power minus 10. So this is the charge. It means when we inserted the dielectric slab in between the plate of the capacitor in presence of supply, charge on the capacitor increases to this value. But potential remains constant as of the supply voltage, which is 100 volt. In the second part, it is said that before we insert the dielectric slab, what we are doing? First, we disconnect the capacitor from the supply voltage. Now, when the dielectric slab is inserted, capacity increases. But now the capacitor is not in connection with supply voltage. As a result, charge remains constant, and that was found in air or in the question number 2.8. Since capacitor is initially disconnected and dielectric slab is inserted, capacitance increases, charge remains the same because there is no new path for the charge to come to the capacitor because capacitor is isolated from the external circuit. So charge cannot flow to it, so charge remains constant. What is the value of charge? That is found in question number 2.8. Okay? Therefore, potential decreases. Charge remains constant. Capacitance increases, so potential decreases. So what is V dash Q by C dash? What is C dash? K into C air. Q is 17.7 into 10 to the power minus 10. From where it is got? It is got from question number 2.8. K is the 6 is the dielectric constant. What is C air? 17.7 into 10 to the power minus 12. So what is V dash? 16.6 volt. In the second part, where the supply was disconnected, then what happens? When the supply was disconnected, no new charge can flow through it. Therefore, charge remains constant. Capacitance increases when we insert the dielectric slab. As a result, potential decreases to this value. Okay? With this, we stopped today.